Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Christy. It's been a really busy week. We are really excited to let you know that we have sponsors this week. Paul's Anytime Plumbing and Heating and Cooling out of Loveland, Colorado is so gracious as to be helping us out with the mini splits. His partner Larry has also been gracious enough to help us with the sizing of the unit. Brekke Storage is the other sponsor that we have, and we've actually had them since the very beginning of this build process. They have graciously allowed us to build a tiny house at one of their properties. And they've also been wonderful about bringing us a storage unit to keep all of our stuff in. We realized very early in the process that we were going to have some place to keep everything dry, and they brought us out a unit and set it up, and we've put in all kinds of things in it, and you'll get to see the inside of that storage unit today in the video, so stay tuned, and if you like it, I'm sure they can set you up with one themselves. We're back to the time-lapse videos. I think that's just the easiest way. Here we're doing some planning, and here is Paul from Anytime Heating and Cooling. He is helping us lay out the mini splits, helping us figure out where to put them, how to get them all in the right places, what needs to be done. He was so gracious to come out and help us. We will also be doing a full video the day that they come out to install them for the final time. So if you're interested in how to do that, please stay tuned and follow our videos, and that will be something that will be very interesting for a lot of people. People have a lot of questions about mini splits, and those guys are really great about getting those kinds of things answered for us. Here we're just trying to lay things out. It was a day of laying things out, lots of things laid out, and figuring out amperages and figuring out where the receptacles and the outlets and everything needed to go, switches. And as you can see, he got on his stilts and started to drill the holes. He got it all done really fast. So, yeah, it was just crazy to watch him walk around on those stilts all day. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are in the process of getting everything ready to be filmed on Tuesday. So it's holiday weekend. We started a little early today. This week has been full of customer things that we need to take care of, so it's been a short week as far as being able to work in here, but we're hopeful that we can get a few days in and get everything like we need it. So I wanted to show you the first thing that we did today when we got here was our plumbing friend was sweet enough to get us mini splits. And we were not sure exactly how big of holes we were going to need to be able to put in the walls to run all of the line sets. And he found them and loaded them up, and he brought it out to us. So the gentleman's name is Paul with Paul's Plumbing, and they are out of Loveland, Colorado. Wonderful people. We have worked with them for literally years and would highly recommend them. We also are really, really thankful that he came out, brought them out, helped us go through what we needed, helped us figure out where we were going to mount them, helped us figure out how to mount them. And when it's time to do all of that, him and his guys will be back to help us get that accomplished in the right manner. And we will have a full video on how to install these mini splits when that comes. So this was what he brought us today. And very, very thankful. Thank you, Paul. You're sweet, and we appreciate that very, very much. So if any of you all are needing plumbing things, please give Paul a call.
And Larry.
And Larry. Sorry, Larry. The other thing that we have started to do today, I showed you electrical boxes last week, and we have again got them all laid out. But what we actually did today was we measured out, we researched, we wrote down, and he drilled holes for what each thing is going to go to. So as you can see, the top line is for the cooktop. The cooktop, we looked it up. The cooktop's a 40 amp circuit. And then you have under counter lights. We have countertop lights. And underneath, they will also be toe kick lights. You're going to have up there, you have a vent hood, as well as in this corner, we've talked about it a couple times, there's going to be a freezer there. So we're still playing around with exactly where we're going to put that outlet. We actually also went, I don't know if you can see that or not, but we laid out the can lights. Oh, there you go. For the ceiling. So there actually will be 4 can lights in the ceiling, and then there'll be a feature light that kind of runs lengthwise here in the kitchen. It's kind of a slab that we took and finished, and we're gonna like have pendant lights that hang from it. So a lot of laying out, a lot of measuring, a lot of processing, a lot of figuring out where everything goes today. Again, ceiling fan in here, had to figure out where that was going to go. All of these switches, where do you switch it from? Is it a 3-way? Does it need to be a 3-way? Where are the outside lights going to go? How far out do you want them? All of these things have to be researched, laid out before the actual foam goes in, because once the foam goes in, you don't get a chance to change that. Well, not a mess, I guess I should say. So we have drilled a bunch of holes today. We basically made a huge mess. And I left it because I'm not sure that we're done making a mess and I don't want to clean it twice. So this is the little bedroom area. And again, this is the living room area. I also wanted to give you a quick shot. When you're doing this, one of the things we figured out that we definitely needed was a storage unit. So, this is our mess of everything. So we have a few pieces of hickory on the top that we may use just to do maybe some stair nose. What we did have over here, you can see this. I spoke about this before. That is going to be the cone siding, and we're going to use that on the ceiling. And it will get a stain as well. Got our refrigerator. This lovely piece here will actually be used when we put the big pieces of crossfill in. It's just like a stand for it. Oh, I lied to you guys. This is the flooring. That's the hickory flooring. This is the cone siding. It looks similar, but those little notches are actually deeper, and that will get stained. Boxes, that's the freezer. This is actually the vent. And there's a few pieces, a couple boxes in there. That's some leftover stuff that we had that we will be using on the ceiling in the closet. And the floor, or on the floor here, that is our alder trim. It all gets stained as well. If you can kind of see back there, that is some pine that will go on the outside along with some metal as well. So there's just a quick review of everything that we've done today. Kind of a wild day. We'll keep you posted as the week progresses. And if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. Hello everybody, it's Christy. Back for an update. Been a crazy couple of days. It's actually rained a bunch. And so we have kind of corded off the tiny and we've been working inside, doing a whole bunch of plumbing. Just a lot of plumbing. And we're fixing to start doing a bunch of electrical. They are coming in a couple of days to do the foaming. So I want to give you a quick shot of what we have completed so far. And I'm gonna let him tell you because it's kind of complicated.
All right, picking tools up. kind of my daily thing.
Do you want to start from over here?
So we're over here. This is in the closet. And what we have is we have a washer and dryer that are going to be stacked in here. The dryer is actually a non-vented dryer, which means it has a heat pump to get rid of the moisture. So that moisture turns into condensate and water, and the drain hose, there's actually a drain hose for the dryer, will go right in with the washing machine drain hose. So it will all be right here. That's why there's no dryer vent going out the wall. So boxes for the dryer plug in, washing machine plug in, and then all the water outlets, which we did today. You can see we have a P-trap in the wall, which ties over. This is our vanity that will go through the wall there. This here, when you go up, you'll see this wall doesn't go all the way to the roof, so we don't have a vent that goes out the roof. So we're using what's an in-wall called a Studer vent, which allows air two directions, but doesn't allow the gases from the septic systems or sewer systems to come back in. Any sudden airflow that comes back is stopped. So those work pretty darn well. A lot of times if you have a long ways from one to the other for the drains, you put one of those in the line to help everything drain better. So lots of water lines. Our main water line comes in here, and this is the cold, so it just branched off. These two here go down and under the floor and go to the shower valve and to the bathtub valve, which we haven't located exactly yet. The other three, the one inside here goes into the floor, under the floor, and all the way to the front of the trailer to the kitchen. And it's been in place since before we put the foam in. So then of course we have our washing machine and then our vanity. So water lines go in. Hot side, same thing. This one goes all the way to the front to the kitchen, and it's been in there. So we're branched off everywhere. The reason I have this tied together here is currently we have water hooked up to the house, and it's all pressured up so that we can check for leaks anywhere and everywhere before we cover any walls up. So these go one to the vanity, one to the shower, one to the bathtub. So it works out pretty well. It's a busy wall, but we'll be able to cover it all up and it'll be fine. You'll see pieces of metal on the wall. And what that is, they call them stub protectors or nail plates. And that keeps you, when you're putting your drywall or whatever you're putting on your wall, it keeps you from screwing in or drilling into your water lines, drain lines. So we got those everywhere that we have that potential, we've got those on there. So something that's very important to do unless you want to just fix leaks later on with the drywall. But it was a busy day. So now you'll see we were standing in the closet, and I know Christy's talked about these holes before. This hole here is storage area, and also these water lines that are in this wall came into this cavity. We left this completely open for storage under here, which allowed us to fish water lines and drain lines underneath here to get everything tied together. Super handy, also super useful. The other hole you see, the 2x4s that are on the sides are simply to hold the cover until we're done. This will get finished around the edge, and this will be a storage area as well. But it'll be an open storage area for stuff that we use daily, shoes and things like that. So just drop your shoes in and away you go, pick a different pair up the next day. But the boards are in there just to hold the cover until we get done with construction. But lots of storage space underneath here. So now the fun part.
Yeah.
So getting this 3-inch main drain line in was fun, because once we set that toilet flange, then that piece of OSB had to be secured to the floor, so it was glued and screwed. So the last couple pieces, I don't know if she can get a good picture underneath this or not, but you'll be able to see there is a Y to 2-inch underneath there. That's pretty dark. Yeah. But anyhow, so there's a 3-inch comes through, and a 2-inch from the other drains ties right in there. And then it comes around and goes. Underneath this section right here, let me pull this out and I'll show you. These are still removable because we've got spray foamers going to do some insulating underneath here. You can see here in the center of this is where the main 3-inch drain drops, and it goes into the pan, and it's got a connection over in here that the drain from the kitchen that comes all the way the length of the trailer ties into, and then the 3-inch drops underneath the trailer out underneath here. So, and the 2-inch line here goes over, and there's a P-trap, and it goes to the shower drain. Now this shower drain will be what's called a linear drain. In other words, it's going to be a trough that's 6 foot long across the back of the trailer, and it will have a piece of tile that matches the floor where it almost looks like it's not there, but everything will drain right to there and back out. That kind of gives you it was a challenge getting everything to drain and slope properly, so it took a little bit of time getting that done, but we're glad we got it done. And now we showed you the water lines in the wall. Now you can see the other ends of them. So got our shower valve in. This is going to be really close to the center because there'll be a glass panel. There'll be a cabinet over here facing that direction, and then we'll have a glass panel here that'll complete the size of the shower. And there'll be a panel that comes out here. So this is pretty well centered in that area. So shower head up high and an extra nozzle for a handheld wand that'll be in this type. But this section of glass will also pivot. So it will pivot in to be out of the way so you have more room and you don't feel so cramped in your shower. So everything's all tested and no leaks so far. That's a good thing. So one other thing that we did do is we also added an outside faucet. So we got a freezerless faucet type that goes in here, so we can water plants and everything out there. Well, we were at another one of these in the kitchen underneath the kitchen sink. We'll tee off there and go through the front of the house and have another water spigot for outside out there too. Something to think about when you're plumbing these is you might want to water the flowers out, so you need to have a place to do that. So busy wall, but it all worked well. It's all safe, it's all up to code, it's all correct, so we don't ever have to worry about anything in the future. One thing about these lines that come up, and you can see I got them tied together for our test, but we're going to have a cabinet up here, and in that cabinet will be our on-demand electric hot water heater. That's why these come up to here, because we'll feed the hot water heater and it'll pull everything out of there. The holes down at the bottom, as you can see here, are for the electrical wiring that'll be coming up. So 2 40-amp circuits for the hot water heater will be in the cabinet here, so it'll still look nice and have storage. We'll still be able to access and operate it. But so this gets to be a busy area, but very functional. Very functional.
All right, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this crazy wall, and please ask questions. I can't answer them, but I know somebody that can answer them. And we will be back with another update as soon as we get a little bit more accomplished with the electrical. Thanks, guys. Good morning, everybody. This is Christy, and Sean is joining me today. He's going to give us an overview of where we're at and exactly kind of why we're here today at this point in the build process. So go ahead, honey. Tell us what's going on.
Okay, we worked pretty late last night, and by the time we got done, it was
Dark.
10:30 or so, and Patches was ready to go home. But we had to get everything ready because today is spray foam installation day, and I'm getting ready for that. Everything that is in the exterior part of the house, the walls and the ceiling that's going to be insulated, has to be in place. And so all the electrical was finished in the walls. I know where everything goes. It looks kind of like a mess for a lot of people, but
That would be me.
I know where everything goes. So we have, our outlets for our cooktop wire sticking out. Outlets for the counters are set at the proper height. Outlets that are going to be in the cabinet for the microwave. And ones along the ceiling are all the home runs going back to the panel. So you can see all those. And when you look up, you see boxes with a wire hanging. Those are for can lights that we're gonna have. And then the box in the middle, we've created a really cool piece of wood made out of locust slab that we're gonna hang pendant lights from in the center of the kitchen. So that'll be pretty cool. Kind of excited to get that stuff up. But one of the last things we did late last night was get the plumbing in for the first mini split. And the reason we had to do this one was because this plumbing is running in that exterior wall. So Paul's Plumbing got us everything we needed, and I sent him pictures and everything, showed him what we got. They'll be doing the hookups. I can do the rough end stuff, but they'll do the technical stuff for us. And we got that. I've got marks there where the center is, up and down, and in the middle of the. There you go. Thanks it. That's where that guy's gonna go. I got a little extra hose out there for him, and that way it's ready, so they can spray foam in here. So a lot of prep work getting done, but it's one of those things that you really have to make sure you have everything in there. You can do it after the spray foam is in, but it is just so much more work, and this way everything is in and where it's supposed to be. Spent quite a bit of time making sure we had switches where we wanted them, wires where we wanted them, running the wires for the outside lights, wires through the wall for outside receptacles, those kinds of things. Ceiling fan in the bedroom, make sure it was where it needed to be. We've got wiring, if you'll see, sticking out in the wall in the bedroom here. And we're going to put outlets inside our nightstand cabinets, so we don't have wires laying out everywhere, cords string everywhere. Trying to keep things a little neater, keep everything nice and tidy. I tied all the wires together for the panel there just to keep them out of the guys' way. Trying to make things as easy for them as I can. We'll take our tub that we've been storing in the bedroom, we'll take it out to the storage shed here pretty quick. But all in all, it was just a lot of work, but well worth it. I still got a couple of staples that I need to put in. I noticed this morning I got a couple loose wires, but that's just secure it in place. Patching doggy doors in, ready for him. He did stick his nose out of it when we got it in, so that's too far down. So everything is coming along pretty well. We're pretty excited about it. So been quite an adventure, and it will be quite an adventure, and I think we're going to enjoy it. We can spend more time together here in the tiny house, and also we can go visit our grandkids more often, not having a mortgage anymore. One of the key factors that we're looking at this. We did locate a place that we needed some foam insulation in. And as you can see, it's not the tidiest job at 10 o'clock at night, but hey, it's foamed and insulated, and we don't have to worry about it now. So
Yeah.
we'll clean that up before the other insulation, the real insulation guys get here. But
These two wires hanging here, these go to the
hot water,
hot water. Okay,
electric, on-demand, hot water.
okay,
So I'll tie them to the stud so it's out of their way too.
okay.
I got some tidy work to do. Takes them a little while to get set up, but we just wanted to do a video this morning to let you know where we're at and show you what it looks like before the foam gets here. So we'll get you another video tonight when the foam's all done, if it's not too late, and show you what the insulated home looks like. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great day. We'll keep you updated.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good week. Here's just some fun shots that we had from the week. Patches is enjoying his new home. Loving how it looks in the night. He's found his new spot. We want to thank the sponsors for this week, Brekke Storage and Paul's Anytime Heating and Cooling. Thank you very much for all you've done for us. Like the videos, subscribe, and don't forget we'll have a full video when they put the mini splits in. Have a good week, everybody.